Hilarious. That's awesome. Your what arts? Nice. It's one of my favorite cars. Have me in the mic right now. Check, check, check. We're all good? Awesome. How are you? Well, Jenny, come welcome everybody. Out of the mouths of babes. Don't play it until you're ready, though.
1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Awesome. You know what? I think some of our parents are going to be joining us online today because we have 2 shows. And since you're here all day, you're featured in the 11:30 and the 3:30 performance. So I have a feeling that your parents are going to be joining us and others in the afternoon show.
My mom isn't coming at all because she has a tummy ache.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. Well, we're going to get started with our show. Thank you all for being here. We are really excited to host Spring Break Camp, and we're even more excited that we're going to be able to actually do summer camp. I'm Jenny Townsend, owner of Music Compound, so I want to personally say thank you for trusting us with your kids. It's been a pleasure. I want to go ahead and I want to introduce our entire staff because they actually made this week happen with your kids. I can't take any credit for any of it. I'm going to start with Mr. Aaron. He's one of our lead guitar teachers, drum, ukulele, bass. He manages a lot of our bands and much, much more. So if we can give him a round of applause. Can we give Mr. Aaron a round of applause?
Oh, from the students, too. I love
Miss
that.
Alicia is one of our kids' rock teachers. She also teaches vocal, violin, piano, ukulele, guitar, drums, and much, much more. So if we can give Miss Alicia a round of applause. Mr. Matt, who's in the back, has been with the kids all week as well. He is one of our piano, guitar, ukulele teachers. He does digital music and our Music Monday workshops. Round of applause for Mr. Matt. And in the back, we have Jason and Jared running our sound today. They will be doing this concert, the 3:30 concert, and our concert tonight with all of our members. So we're super excited. Once again, if you did have a great time at camp, please give us a review. It's really, really important. Whether it's on Nextdoor, Facebook, or Google, we'd greatly appreciate it. We hope you enjoy the show, and I'm going to welcome Aaron to the stage.
Oh, yeah, it's attached to my face.
Oh, yeah, we have these fancy new mics.
It feels so weird to not have a microphone in my hands, so I'm going to hold some claves and pretend like no, I'm just kidding. This was just a really great summer camp in general, I wanted to say first. Like, I had so much fun with all the kids this week. They were just so much fun, and they were very, very smart and very, very inquisitive. We actually spent a lot more time explaining things to them than we normally do because they were asking so many questions and wanting to show the things that they learned and actually had retained. So as far as drums are kind of, I like to think they're the heartbeat of the band, and that's because they focus on the foundations of rhythm more than anything else, and every single instrument needs to have rhythm in order to function. So teaching the foundations through the drums teaches it on everything, and we played a lot of games. Like we had a beat walking game where I made them, they had to step their feet to our beat. So they were really, really getting those foundations hammered into them. No pun intended. And they learned about all different kinds of percussion instruments. They learned about the cajon back there. They learned about the entire drum set. We have a piece of it for Leah to use. They learned about the djembes. And in a rare occurrence, they also learned, see the hole at the bottom here? All of our drums up here have some sort of hole. You can even see it in the bass drum if you're at the right angle. And that is because of sound waves. And they actually wanted to know how sound works, what it looks like if we could see it, how come the drums work and need the hole. And that was actually a really, really cool, and they asked the question. I didn't even nudge them towards it. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we did with the drums to help teach them the rhythm. The first thing we did was it's ear training. So every instrument needs to be able to listen to something and then being able to reproduce it during the learning process. And so we started that with the drums here. So we're going to play a game called Pass the Beat Around. I'm going to make one, the kids are going to make some, and then we're going to pass them around and make sure everyone heard it and can copy it. So you guys ready? Here's the first one. Sure, go for it. Jax. All right, now I'm going to let these kiddos create one. Make one. Your turn. Make one. Very good. Well, you started it. It's your turn. You don't want to make one? All right. Nice. That one's my favorite. Bop, ba-da-da, bop, bop, bop. Very good, very good. And then the second thing we did, I taught them how to, is my mic on? Check, there we are. All right, the second thing I did was I taught them how to do a drum circle. And a drum circle is, a drum circle is basically when we all play the exact same thing except for one of our drummers. So one of our drummers gets to have a drum solo while the rest of us have to keep the beat. In order to do that, I actually taught them how to read some rhythms. And so who wants to demonstrate this first rhythm for me? Leah? Oop, try that again. Yeah, so we had slow, slow, faster, slow. Can we do that one all together, guys? Let's go 1, 2, ready, go. Slow, slow, faster, slow. Very good, very good. And then we had a second one. This is the one that we're going to base our drum circle around. So who wants to demonstrate this one? Daniel? Very good, very good. So for that one, we had, let's do it all together. Faster, slow, faster. Nice. Now one at a time, they're all going to take a little solo. Let's go Daniel first. Very good. Now back to the beat. Coming back to the beat's the hard part. Lauren? Now silence is a solo too. We need silence in music as well. Back to the beat. Esme. Oh, she wants silent solo too. Yeah. Back to the beat. Jax. All right, back to the beat. Caleb, your turn. Anything you want. All right, back to the beat. Back to the beat. Leah, give us a solo. Yep. There you go. Keep going. You ready? 1, 2, stop. Nice. And stopping together is one of the hardest parts too. So that was our drum portion. I'm not gonna hand the mic off because it's attached to my face. But give a hand for Miss Alicia, and the guitarist coming up next. She's gonna show you all about the strings and things they did. All right, you guys. Nope. We're done. But all right. So my drummers, can you stand up and exit stage left? There you go. Single file line. So great. Such well-behaved kids.
Does anybody else need a pick? Everyone else has one? All right, awesome. Well, hi, as I was introduced, I am Miss Alicia. I had the pleasure of leading the camp on the day that we looked at the vocal cords, vocals and movement. So we did a lot that day. We watched a real video explaining how your vocal cords work and all of the anatomy in here and how important it is that it all works together. And we actually got to watch in that video a real vocal cords really working. So we learned about posture and breathing and how it's important to learn how to control the breath coming in as well as the breath going out. That way we can hit the right pitches. So we also talked about what a pitch is and kind of went off on the wavelengths and the sound and how we can control that ourselves. Let's see. Oh, so I'm sure many of you have heard your own voices recorded and then played back and thought, that doesn't sound like me. Everybody has that thought. So we learned why it doesn't sound like us and how important ear training is and watching yourself recorded back, because your voice only sounds like your voice in your own head. On the outside, it sounds different to everyone else. So obviously, this is the guitar group now. So on the guitar day, we learned how to fret notes, which is pushing them down on the neck of the guitar, which is hard. It doesn't feel very good on your fingers, and it's not very easy to do. We also learned the string names and how to play quite a few songs on the guitar. They played Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Happy Birthday. What else did you guys play? Am I missing any? Jingle Bells? There were quite a few. And then on that day, we also looked at other instruments like the violin and the bass guitar and talked about why the violin is so much more difficult than the instruments that have the frets to help guide us. So we have, first of all, a little surprise for somebody's birthday that we're going to share with you right now. All right, are you guys ready? It's on the high E string. 1, 2, ready, play. Happy birthday, Dylan! And then we worked on one more song for you guys. We're going to play it 3 times in a row just like we did before. All right. 1, 2, ready, play. Last time. Awesome. And I forgot to mention, yes, give it up for them. Everybody also learned how to play 3 chords on the ukulele and how to change those chords together, which is super hard to do and was very impressive. So, one more round of applause for the guitars, and then I'm going to give it over to Mr. Matt with the pianos. Okay, guys, go ahead and stand up and go off the stage. Good job, guys.
All right. This is going to be really a cool power trio of keyboards here. And so we had a fun time. I'm Mr. Matt, and I teach piano, ukulele primarily, some drums and guitar as well. And wanted to share with you just briefly what we did earlier. This was Monday when we focused on piano. And Miss Mary was here as well. And so we did a quick tour of the baby grand piano over there, so they could really get an idea of what a piano is really made of. Because these days, obviously, we've got a lot of digital instruments. So we wanted them to see the actual hammers, the strings, get some hands-on time on the piano. We worked on posture as well. So a similar theme there, like Miss Alicia as well. And so today we're going to be standing, but Dylan's going to be back there. We have about 3 different levels of keyboard playing going on. One of the cool standout highlight moments from this week is when I saw Dylan, who I've had a chance to work with this past year on piano. He was instructing Jax on how to play his first 5 notes of the musical ladder. And that was just really cool to see him passing on his knowledge. And so that was a highlight moment as well. I wanted to give a shout out to all the parents and grandparents listening online. You guys rock. This type of experience, I had a similar experience when I was 6 years old. My mother took me to a music type of camp up in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I can still remember the energy, the feel of that. It was all keyboards, but I remember it was a giant room with headphones and electric pianos. These days we have a lot more options, and especially here. But what you did is you helped them have some amazing musical memories that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. They're building their foundation of musical knowledge. And without further ado, we're going to start. And what we're going to do is steps and skips. So just like in life, we learn how to walk before we can jump. That's what we're doing. And so, but we're going to start with a chord. And Marley, will you tell us what are the 3 notes in the chord that we're going to start with? Awesome. Excuse me. Okay. And Caden, can you tell us the 5 notes that are going to be in the musical alphabet that you're going to go up and down? And do you play that with one finger, or what will you play that with?
5.
Awesome. So from the get-go, we get used to using each finger. Okay, and Dylan, will you demonstrate for us playing low bouncing octaves and hold a chord, please? Awesome. There we go. Okay, so Marley, here we go with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. A, C, E, back down. Will you clap along with us? One more. Back down. Here we go with the steps. A, B, C. Different fingers going on. D, E. We're coming back down to D, C, B, and a big ending on A. Here we go. A. All right. Now, that was awesome, guys. Now, here's what we're going to do. Marley made the observation earlier today that is being a minor key, it sounds very mysterious, almost spooky. So what would we do to make it bright and happy, Marley? Yes, and Dylan, what is that type of chord called? Excellent. It's a major chord. So what we just did was a minor chord. Here we go with the major C, E, G. All right, start us out, Marley, on that chord C, E, G. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. All right, now we're doing C, E, G, back down to E. Dylan's got the octaves going. Okay, now we're going to do the steps. C, D, E. Keep it going. Back down to F, E, big ending on a C. Here we go. C. Awesome. Dylan, with it being your birthday, will you give us one big, just great octave with a C chord? Yeah. Awesome. All right, so we're going to exit stage left here. Nice and easy. All right, watch your steps. Awesome. Okay.
We have one more little performance part for you guys. We were not expecting to showcase any vocals, but we changed our minds. So this is one of the really fun songs that we did on Vocal Day. This song has rhythm in it, and it's a call and response kind of song. Oh, let me get in the middle. That way I can. There we go. You guys ready? The other day, I met a bear out in the woods, oh, way out there. The other day, I met a bear out in the woods, oh, way out there. He looked at me. I looked at him. He sized me up. I sized up him. He looked at me. I looked at him. He sized me up. I sized up him. And so I ran away from there. But right behind me was that bear. And so I ran away from there. But right behind me was that bear. Ahead of me, I saw a tree. A great big tree. Oh golly gee. Ahead of me, I saw a tree. A great big tree. Oh golly gee. The lowest branch was 10 feet up. I had to jump and trust my luck. The lowest branch was 10 feet up. I had to trust my luck. And so I jumped into the air. But I missed the branch on the way up there. And so I jumped into the air. But I missed the branch on the way up there. Now don't you fret, now don't you frown. I caught that branch on the way back down. Now don't you fret, now don't you frown. I caught that branch on the way back down. That's all there is. There ain't no more. Until I meet that bear once more. That's all there is. There ain't no more. Until I meet that bear once more. The end, the end. 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 Woo! All right, so we had a really fun week with everybody here. We learned so many things. I was very surprised at everybody wanted to do vocals, so we had a really fun day of that. We did a lot of karaoke so that everybody got a chance to sing into the microphone and sing whatever song they wanted to.
All right. Well, that was tons of fun. A round of applause for all the musicians and all of the staff that made that happen. We want to say thank you again. Once again, if you liked what you say, please do a little review. But these 4 individuals would like to share something that they really enjoyed about the spring break camp. So one by one, we're going to pass the microphone down.
My favorite thing about camp was learning all about instruments and all about just sound. My favorite thing about camp was the employees who let me do what I wanted to do and were really kind.
My favorite thing was the employees' patience, because every time you messed up a note, they weren't too hard on you, and they just encouraged you to play the right note and what it was.
My favorite part about camp was making a video with Miss Jenny and helping people not be scared on stage.
Awesome. All right. Thank you all so much again. Round of applause. Before my campers leave, please grab an instrument and you'll be escorting the staff members back to Studio C with those instruments. Thank you. Thank you all.